are not familiar with me, I am a human just out here being. Today, I am going to talk about, it's fall. And fall is really starting to feel like winter because the temperature is dropping. It's getting really cold here. But it is fall. One of my favorite seasons. I love, love, love fall. I love the artistry of nature, how the seasons change. And here in Georgia, I mean, we get all the seasons. So right now the trees are orange and yellow, and there's leaves everywhere. It's getting that part is a little bit annoying because I have to make sure my yard looks a certain way, and so I'm constantly getting leaves out of my driveway and things like that. But that's neither here nor there. The seasons have started to change. It is fall and it is so beautiful outside. Today, because when we talk about fall, we always have to wear our boots, honey. Fall is boot season. It's a preload. It's a prelude, excuse me, to winter. You know those winter boots, but they come out in fall. And I want to talk about beautiful, 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 sexy, actually sexy high heel boot from Tord. It's a high heel thigh boot. Ain't she sexy? Look at her. She is sexy. Okay, so she all in my face. All right, here. um, I do. So, of course, you guys know that I cannot start this video without educating you guys on the parts of a boot. Now, I was not able to find a illustration that had that explained the um, inside of the boot. You know, the insole, the parts that make up the insole of the boot. So, but I can't imagine that it would be any different from the inside of any of the high heel shoes that I've talked about in previous videos. So if you are not familiar, please go back and check out my very first video where I did a review of Tord Silver Platform high heel shoe. So I'll try. All right. So when we're talking about the parts of a high heel boot, this would be considered the toe box, as you guys are already probably familiar with. This is the vamp. I'm going to lean her in a little bit closer. This will be considered the tongue. This part is, of course, the heel. This long piece is considered the shaft. This long piece of material is considered the shaft. And as you can see in the illustration that I did find that show the parts of the boot, I'm not sure if the gusset is is referencing a calf boot or a thigh boot, but it looks pretty much like what that is, the gusset. So I'm going to refer to this part as the gusset of the shoe. All right, so let's get into the pros of this boot. Now, I am one of those thick thighs save lives. I have some very thick thighs. And when we talk about, when I think about, trying to find a thigh boot that actually comes all the way to the top, not the top of my knee, bottom of my thigh. That's how I'm going to describe it. Finding a boot that comes to the top of my knee and the bottom of my thigh, that has always been a challenge because sometimes those boots will only fit that it wouldn't fit the calf, or it'll come all the way up and it'll be too baggy. And so finding a boot like this one at Tord did surprise me because it came all the way to the top of my knee, actually to the bottom of my thigh, which is always a plus. It also has on the back, well, not the back, but on the gusset of the shoe, it's adjustable. So the fact that you can adjust it to the width of your thigh, which is always very helpful because while thick thighs save lives, they don't always fit into thigh boots or the thigh socks that I'm seeing. I've seen trend on social media for a little while, and I think I might get me a pair because they look so cute and cozy. These boots were actually very comfortable and not comfortable. These boots were very easy to put on, ladies. We know that struggle of trying to put on a boot. You start to put the shoe on, and the boot flipped in the opposite direction. You got to fight to twist, untwist the material, or in this case, that material is called the shaft as you're sliding your foot into it, just to be able to get the boot on before actually sliding, your foot into the boot and stand up in it. So this boot actually was very easy to put on. Um, Also, the toe box and the vent were very wide, very big. It was very comfortable when it came to the toe space. So I don't know why I did that. When it came to my toes on the inside of the boot, the vamp and the toe box were very wide, so I did not have it did not squeeze the sides of my big toe and my pinky toe. And also, I feel like it's a pretty solid made boot. It's pretty heavy, um, very solid made boot, in my opinion. But okay, let's talk about the cons of this shoe. Uh, when I put this boot on to stand up in it so that I could practice walking in this boot, it felt like I was standing on the ball of my foot, like the very ball. I personally feel like the body of the shoe, which is from here to here, is if you again, I don't have an arch in my foot, so it may be for women who have high arches in their foot. The body is extremely too high. Well, the body is too high for me to tolerate. So I wasn't able to actually break these shoes in or tolerate standing in them for a significant amount of time. And while the gusset on the back of the shoe is adjustable, it's not adjustable all the way down. So, for instance, the boot fit the top of my knee, bottom of my thigh, but around the calf it looked very very baggy. So I I think that if the string that's on the back of the gusset here, if it went all the way down the back of the boot, that would make it a lot more that aesthetically pleasing when we think about a thigh boot and how it should fit the from your ankle all the way up to your thigh. So I was not a fan of that part. Definitely was not a fan of the fact that I could not adjust the boot all the way down to, um, to tighten it and make it a little bit more aesthetically pleasing because it looked very baggy around my ankles. Which I mean, some people like that look. It wasn't. I didn't think it was cute. Um, and so I feel like a string would be helpful in those situations. Also, I just want to say this, in my opinion, in my overall review of the shoe, I learned that I am not able to walk in heels like this. So, keeping that in mind when we're talking about my review of the shoe. Now, I stand by the fact that this shoe had me on the very balls of my foot. And while I've been actually, I got the shoes last year, and I've been off and on for the last year trying to, well, not trying to, I've been practicing walking in these shoes, in these boots, just for for right now, for the fall. But it's not. I'm not able to tolerate the boot for longer than about 30 minutes because it's so, I'm standing on the very ball of my foot, and that is extremely uncomfortable to me. I cannot, I can't. And also, excuse me, when it comes to this heel, I noticed that for me, it offers no stability. The heel is not stable at all for me. I know that the heel is a solid shoe. I'm not questioning the design. What I am saying is I learned that this type of heel is not going to support me. So I need a wider and chunkier heel. Let me just say overall, my giving my overall opinion of the boot. I learned that, or I realized, or really I accept. I've accepted that this type of high heel is not is not stable for me. This 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 size heel is not as, it's a little bit wider than the pointed heel, but this type of heel, it's just not, is not, it does not provide me any stability. So I cannot wear heels that are not chunky, which breaks my heart because there are so many beautiful high heels that have that little, that's pointed, but these lean in. They don't. They there's no stability there for me. So I would rather not wear these or wear these on certain occasions. With my man, because I can tolerate them for 30 minutes, but that's about it. So they will be kept, but they will be used for special occasions. But I'm not able to walk in these heels for an extended amount of that type of heel for an extended amount of time. And I've been trying, and it hurts my heart. I hate that I can't. I bought them online, um, so of course I'm not able to return them. But I'm not able to. I'm not stable in that heel. I'm not able to tolerate those types of heels because they don't offer me any stability. So anyway, you gotta get wear what fits you, and coming to that realization. I have another pair of boots that are actually ankle boots like that I probably will either keep for special occasions too, or give away because I'm just not able to wear them outside the house. And I don't like buying shoes for them to just sit in my closet and in my just sitting there. There's no point in that. So I buy my heels to wear them. So I know that I won't be buying any more heels that are pointed because they don't provide me the stability that I need. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. That is my review on Torrid's platform boots. They really giving kinky boots. I call them the kinky boot. This will be the kinky boot edition. They definitely are kinky. Some very sexy boots. Again, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Ladies, as always, I'm going to encourage you to wear your heels and walk in that divine, sexy, feminine nature that you have. Embrace it. Embrace being a woman. There's nothing else like us. Okay? Thank you again so much for watching, and I live long